So you guys, if you were a decades-long multimillionaire, you got the chance to design your own house. What do you think it'd look like?
little bit like Miley Cyrus's.
You would make it look like I would try to be as creative as this, but I don't think I could be.
I don't think I have I don't think I have the ability to be as creative as Miley Cyrus's home.
I would want my house to look like this. This is incredible.
Do you think she hired someone to help her design this, or is this?
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But for our audience, in this like colorful, patterned. My internet connection is unstable according to the Zoom.
It happens. No, I think she definitely got like an interior designer, but they definitely were like listening to her taste. Like this is definitely her taste and her style. But she wasn't.
Someone try to describe this home. What are the words you use? For our audio listeners, help us paint the picture of Miley Cyrus's home, in case they can't Google Miley Cyrus's home.
Electric.
It's eclectic.
Ooh.
Eclectic.
Oh yeah, because you're right. Her bedroom has a totally different feel than like the studio. That has a totally different feel than the bathroom.
Let's start with the bedroom is zebra themed. There's a zebra themed painting there with the Miley Cyrus picture. There you go. Colorful. I feel like I could be artistic if I had a home like that. That's what I'll say.
That's a nice piano. That's a classic piano. That's nice. She got nice furniture. That couch in her living room was really nice, but. We could all dream one day.
Every picture looks like it's in
the podcast.
Oh wait! It does say Miley's mom Trish designed the house for her with Miley's direction. This is her architectural digest feature. Now there you go.
Oh my God! There's probably a video then on YouTube. I'm gonna watch that after this.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is Miley's mom like? What does she do? Is she specialized in like interior design and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, if she designed this house.
I mean, maybe. I'm just wondering. I don't know. Like, is that her? Like, is that what she's known for? Is she like a celebrity interior designer? I want to be surprising, but
every room looks like it's in a different house.
It really does. Yeah, that's my only. That's my only like issue.
It is disjointed. It is kind of disjointed.
It's disjointed, you know. But Miley Cyrus, I mean, her career, like,
this fits. It fits.
It fits. Yeah.
Speaking of careers that have had highs and lows and have at times been disjointed, T-Pain.
Oh man.
T-Pain revealed. So I don't know if you guys remember a couple like months ago. Wait, where's the TikTok? We don't got the TikTok?
Well, I'll put
We got the TikTok. We got the TikTok.
But I don't know if you guys remember a couple like months ago, there was like, I think T-Pain went on like Twitter or Instagram or did like a blog. It was something. TikTok. He was like, I don't feel appreciated in the music industry. I don't feel like I get my flowers. I feel like, I really kind of did the thing. I set the game and no one gives me my respect. Well, he made a TikTok where he shows that I guess he never realized that there is a DM request folder on Instagram for people who don't follow you. And he has dozens, like honestly, maybe up to hundreds.
He has hundreds.
DMs. And all of these are like verified accounts. Viola Davis is on here. Jamie Foxx, I think, was on here.
If you didn't see the title, it was the NFL at the top.
That's Viola Davis. That's her like. It says, "Peace team. My name is Anton. I work with Viola."
That's her assistant.
That's her assistant. Yeah, that's her assistant for sure. But still, that's big. There was a bunch of people he probably could have worked with that he didn't get the chance to. Seriously.
Carl Anthony Towns is here.
Carrie Hilson.
A bunch of people from the FaZe crew. Tyler Cameron.
Is that the dude from The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why is he and T-Pain? Hey man, can you sing Tron on the show? She loves buy you a drink.
IGN.
Tahiri's here from Love and Hip Hop. Like literally,
I literally saw Tahiri. I was like, is that who we think it is?
And I'm just like, if this isn't like a word in itself, like just when you think the world is hating from you find out you're the only thing holding you back.
Diplo. I think
if this is the thing that like people aren't reaching out to T-Pain for and they're only trying Instagram, they should probably like try other means of communication.
True. Okay, that is true. If your effort started and ended with the Instagram,
that's all you tried.
I don't know, man. People don't use emails no more like that. I guess.
No, it's just funny.
Like guys, I think that I'm pitching a future episode. We need to have an episode about the underrated kings who shaped music as we know it. Because T-Pain's in that list right there with Soulja Boy and Who else? Give me a third top like F3.
Soldier. He has a viral song right now.
Soldier Boy for sure.
And T-Pain
dang,
is there.
tough.
T-Pain did auto-tune. Like that was T-Pain. Some could
Who's
argue
another-
T-Pain and Kanye, but I would say T-Pain more.
Yeah,
Now
T-Pain
that's like
started it.
normalized.
Who's an underrated king of music?
Who's an underrated king? Like that itself, I think, is really like an episode we need to do.
Yeah, that'll take a lot of thought.
I can't think of one.
Well, if anyone listening, if you have a third one in mind, tweet us at the 97 Demo and let us know. But with that, welcome to the 97 Demo podcast, where we give you the latest in music news, and a whole bunch along the way. I'm one of your three hosts, Nnamdi Igwanwu, joined by
McGee.
And Avery Dalal.
Last week we were so much more seamless. This week we have a really packed episode. We're gonna get through headlines. Our Billboard highlights this week is gonna be about the award nominees, so stay tuned for that. And we have like an Oscar-inspired episode today that I'm very excited for us to get to. But before that, let's start with headlines. The first one is this. I feel vindicated, validated, and happy for my boy Abel, because honestly, him being the high-profile artist that called this out perhaps could have really made a difference here.
I think we made a difference here.
Well,
I think we made a difference too.
We should probably describe what we're talking about first.
Well, I want to talk about which episode was that.
It was like 5. I tweeted about it. I retweeted. I don't remember which one it was.
I think it was
but
35
just so
or
people
34.
know what we're talking about. The Grammys have now decided to drop the anonymous nominating committees that basically play a huge role in determining what actually gets nominated and what ultimately, honestly, wins the Grammy Awards. Noah, what episode did we talk about this on?
It was episode 35, How Do We Fix the Grammys, which got like a lot of views, which is pretty good. You know what's interesting about that episode too? Like we kind of went back and forth, because I remember we were originally like, should we do this? Because this might not solve anything. And we were kind of like some kind of, what's the word? Honesty, I guess you would say, from the committee would be helpful. Transparency, exactly. And it's interesting that they're doing this like a couple weeks later.
I remember our debate was like, you guys were like, they should make them public. They should make the people who are on these committees no longer anonymous. Let's know who they are. And I was like, they can't do that because that's going to be the same problem. People know who they are. Now you have to deal with the added elements of fans like tweeting these people nonstop to pick their artists. I was like, we just got to get rid of them. This is how I've always felt about it. We've all been talking about it for a year because The Weeknd obviously was the high profile snub. But just the idea of it, the idea that there was, the 1,000 of Grammy voters that vote to figure out what's going to be nominated for these awards. And then what they decide is then again vetted by secret committees that we just assume are completely unbiased when we just know that's not true. Like the head of the Grammys came out last year and said that. She was like, one example that they cite is that someone who was nominated for Song of the Year, like an artist who was nominated for that category, was on the committee for that category. Like you can't assume like there's not going to be a conflict of interest.
Yeah, and my argument was just that like you don't have to say who they voted for, but we should just know who they are. Mm-hmm. Just for some for transparency, also they can be held accountable, I guess you could say. So I just want to and then what if there is a conflict? Like what if somebody on the committee has worked on this record label or has a relationship with this artist or something like that?
And I think that's a thing.
I mean, apparently
this change is a year in the making. They've been talking about this for a while, apparently.
Well,
if maybe the Grammys do know they're wrong. They do know.
If that's true, a year. If that's true, then I would say I wonder if Debbie Dugan even had something to do with it. The president who was there for a year and then was kind of like ousted, and she is the one who sued and called them out for all of this stuff. I wonder if that played a part there. Mm-hmm. Because I just feel happy for all the Black artists who have for decades been relegated to these genre categories and really never get a fair shot in the major ones, including Beyonce, who, although has the record for most Grammys among female artists, only has one in a major category.
In the Big Four. In the Big Four.
The Big Four, yeah. So that's, and I think that's because thousands of voters may say Beyonce deserves it, but I don't know what these secret committees that have the power of this outweighing the thousands of voters. I don't know what they get to think, So I think this is the right move, and I'm happy about it.
I'm kind of wondering. I feel like should journalists be involved? Like, should they give it like some music writers, respected music writers? I don't know if they're involved in the committee.
Look, if they want to put me on that committee, they can put me on that committee. Like,
I'm just interested. I don't know. Respected reviewers in the music industry. I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, I think they should honestly consider podcast hosts who maybe have done the thing, have ascertained a following.
Talked about it.
Some young blood, and,
some young people. I think
young people,
the youth.
Yeah,
Gen
youth.
Z,
who are
perhaps?
invested in music and still care about these institutions.
Some diverse youth, not just some
Ooh.
diverse youth. We
That's
have
good.
a little bit, all shades of brown in here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, y'all should we need to put that somewhere. All shades of brown.
All shades of brown.
should that be the podcast name? Actually,
Music reviews. No, I'll work on it.
yeah, we're working on it.
Speaking of someone who's okay, I can't do this.
You need
one.
a transition here.
Remember when Lady Gaga's dogs were kidnapped or dog napped and her dog walker got shot, and that was like a whole thing that I think like at one point the FBI was about to get involved into. They found the guys who did it, and this story has so many like twists and turns in it that I'm like, this needs to be a movie. This has to be a movie at some point. But yeah, 5 people were arrested for it. And basically what they say happened is that 3 people did it. So 3 people, shot the dog walker and stole the dog. And the motivation was that they knew the dog breed was valuable. And then basically when it got too hot, a parent of one of the 3 called a friend to get the dogs and claim the reward. And then get the dog, claim the reward, and then they'd be done with it. They'd have the money, and the dog was, the dogs would be back. And I guess they didn't think anyone would really ask questions, because I remember the first thing I noticed about this story when they were like, oh yeah, a woman went and returned the dogs. I was like, well, where did she get them from? And then the article was like, oh, she said she just found them on, somewhere. And I'm like, wait, she found them like on the side of the street, these incredibly valuable dogs that all of Hollywood was looking for. Yeah.
What's so crazy? These stories with like celebrities and these celebrity run-ins or celebrity adjacent things. Like, remember maybe this was last year. Remember the Eminem story where the dude met face to face with Eminem and had a whole conversation with him? These stories. I know, these stories are only getting
Kardashian
crazy.
one where she was robbed.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and that was actually serious. Wasn't she like tied up and stuff? Like that was a serious
it was pretty crazy.
That's traumatizing, probably.
Yeah. So these stories are only getting crazier and crazier, and there are people out there who will go to crazy lengths to be connected to celebrities.
The dog walker survived, right? The shooting.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So
she offered a $500,000 reward for those dogs. Do you think she gets the money back? I wonder how that works.
Did she pay?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming the woman who they got went for the reward. So
yeah, she definitely got an award. She has it. She definitely got it. So yeah, that's crazy. Well, glad the dog walkers is fine. So everything's good with that. Now, this is a big story because is it even a story?
It's exciting.
Whatever.
It's exciting.
People are saying
but it's exciting.
People are saying, watch it just be some merch or something like that, new TDE hoodie.
Okay, so TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, put out a tweet with a shooting bar going up to 100% with a date at the end of May 7th, 21, with the caption saying, "The wait is over."
Now,
or what?
Now, what I'm wondering is this. You know what I think would be fire is if they had a bunch of dates for the year for all the artists that are coming out. That'd be amazing. I don't think that's happening.
It'd be kind of cool.
But if I'm guessing an artist, because we are a music choir, if I'm gonna guess an artist is for, I'm gonna guess SZA.
It would make sense
but we've
to
gotten
get SZA date.
We've gotten SZA songs though, so
Yeah, but people want the album. People love.
I know, but
she's damn near creeping up at the biggest artist in TD.
Obviously, everyone is wanting it to be Kendrick Lamar. But Noah McGee wants it to be Isaiah Rashad.
But the way I feel though, and the one reason I'd say maybe it's Kendrick, I feel it's unfair to do this to any other artist, knowing that everyone's gonna assume it's Kendrick.
That's fair.
Exactly.
And then even if you troll to say, oh, well, we want the attention. If this is Isaiah Rashad, a lot of people will be happy, right?
I'd be excited.
But there'd be perhaps even more people who are like, why did TDE fool us to make us think Kendrick was dropping something when it's just Isaiah Rashad? And then now his album, his single album has that on it. So that's the only reason I believe it's Kendrick or SZA, because they're the only two that are, I think,
let me tell you,
big in profile right now that this would,
I agree with that
not
too.
hurt.
Or yeah, that's true. Or maybe what if it's a TD group? What if it's like a compilation album? That'd be great too.
That'd be the other solution.
That'd be
a Revenge of the Dreamers response.
What if it was a tour? What if they announced another tour?
Oh, I can see that too. Maybe like a festival date.
Festival date, but if they did like a compilation album or like a Black Hippie album, oh my.
What would be disappointing? If it's some merch, I'd be disappointed.
If it's merch, I just want music from anybody. Honestly,
Boz tweeted that J. Cole's dropping something in 2 weeks.
He deleted it. He deleted it too.
That's why I think it's real. That's why I think it's real.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I just don't think it's Kendrick, and we're gonna talk about this in new releases, but because he's doing the PG Lang thing, and Baby Keem is like his guy, and he just released music, and I feel like he's ramping up. So that's why I feel like it's Kendrick, because I feel like Kendrick's focusing on like his artists now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I hope it's music though from anybody from TD. I'd be excited.
I guess I could see that, but
check back next week for our thoughts.
Yeah, we'll see it.
That will be next week.
I'm just hoping it's not like the main people in TD and not like Sir. No disrespect to Sir, but like.
Hey.
But again, what Nnamdi's saying, that would be.
It hurts Sir. It would hurt Sir.
Yeah.
I agree. People like really. Yeah.
So we have like I think a stronger new releases this week, depending on who you ask. DJ Khaled gave us Khaled, an album full of collabs that he, I guess, arranged, because we found out he doesn't actually produce all of them. No shade.
None of them.
Hey.
He doesn't.
The Alchemist
he
dropped
doesn't.
EP. And then we have new songs from Baby Keem, Billie Eilish, Joyner Lucas, Lil Baby. So a lot to chew on this week. What did you guys listen to? What did you like? Let me know.
Did anybody listen to his Khaled review? Because it's getting killed.
I listened to.
I mean, not review album
songs. I did listen to some of the songs. It's getting a lot of slander, and I'd say the only reason I could kind of understand the slander is because I'm finding that a lot of DJ Khaled's more recent albums are like the same formula, sort of. Even if you just look at like, so if you compare collaborate like features to features, like all of his Justin Bieber features kind of sound the same to me. DJ Khaled has a formula with these collabs, and he just does it because it works, and that's fine. But if you're not, it's more of a playlist. You're not gonna find like some sort of like theme or something to really like take it to that like next level of album. It's just a playlist of songs that DJ Khaled arranged.
I haven't listened to it, but I feel like it's just on the same quality as like all his other albums, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like I said this right before the podcast, I was like, he doesn't make great albums, but he has great songs which can carry him, which is fine.
Popstar's on there, and I love that song.
And Grease.
Yeah, Popstar's on there. Ooh, Grease.
Grease is growing on me. I like it.
Grease is on there?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
He's 14 songs, and 2 of them were the 2 Drake songs.
He's kind of set already. He has 2 Drake songs. He's kind of set.
I mean, the album's probably already gold or platinum on those alone.
Yeah, and Popstar's a great song too. I like Popstar.
I'm gonna listen to the Jay-Z Nas song. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, he always has like a couple like.
Yeah, I liked I Did It. That's one that has Megan Thee Stallion, DaBaby, Lil Baby, Post Malone.
He always has like a couple of like grassroots hip hop type song on there, which is cool.
I listened to the Cardi B one too, which is kind of
like it.
Maybe it'll grow on me, but I think it's I saw a tweet that was like, "Oh, this is the best song on the album," and then I listened to it and I was like, "Really? Like, are you sure?" Like,
Popstar's still on it.
That's it. Like, if he's saying it's better than Popstar.
So I'll listen this week. I'll actually give it a listen. Another one that Avery actually included on the playlist last week, one of the songs, which I was surprised because I was waiting till this week, but I'm glad he did. The Alchemist, This Thing of Ours. Alchemist like releases like, to me, right now he's the best hip hop producer out right now. Period. Seriously, I don't think there's anyone making as like better music. Not the hottest, but the best music to me. But This Thing of Ours, and Avery included that song with Earl Sweatshirt and Navy Blue. And Avery is a pronounced not Earl Sweatshirt fan.
I like his features. As soon as I saw Noah didn't put it on there, I jumped on it. Like I had to. It's such a good song.
I was kind of mad.
How many songs is on the EP?
It's 4 songs and then the 4 instrumentals.
Yeah, a little 4-pack.
Yeah, a little 4-pack. So Earl Sweatshirt's on there. Maxo, not Maxo Cream, just Maxo, Navy Blue, a bunch of other people.
Wait, is Maxo Cream? Is that like
no, it's just Maxo. No, it's just Maxo.
Different artists.
Different artists, whole different artists. But yeah, it was cool. He does it all the time. So another one. Oh, okay.
Talk about this Baby Keem song. Rag Activity.
Talk about the Baby Keem.
Travis Scott.
Avery stands, baby.
I really like this song. I really, really like the song.
Avery, if it has Baby Keem's name on it, you gonna like it. Like we don't, you don't need to get convinced.
This is probably my second favorite single he's released, behind Hooligan.
Yeah, I agree.
For his new album.
Wait, it's that good?
I like it a lot, and Travis sounds really good.
Wait, are you just saying? So you're saying like recent single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he announced
like ever, and I was like, oh.
He announced the name of his project. It's gonna be called The Melodic Blue.
Did he give it is there a date?
No date, just the name.
Are we gonna review that when it comes out? Should we attack that?
We should. We haven't reviewed an album like that, honestly. Like a rap album like that, honestly.
There's also a music video
The last album we reviewed was a rap album.
No, I'm saying like that though, like the type of rap it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's fair.
It's like he's like a hype. We haven't reviewed some of the young boys in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We're doing
That's
like.
true. No, that is true. That is
You know
very
what I'm
true.
saying? So I enjoyed it too.
This
so, yeah.
Billie Eilish song. Did anyone listen to it?
Yeah,
Your
I
Power.
really
We all listen.
I know
What'd
we
you
did
think,
all.
Yeah. What'd you think, Avery?
I really liked it. Her new album. It's the third single. Wait, is it?
Wait,
The
she's
first?
released other things. I think this is the first.
I thought there were two
Well,
others.
because I don't know if she's gonna include Therefore I Am.
It
and,
is.
like,
It's on the
I think
album.
she is,
The other
in
one,
My
My
Future.
Future.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's gonna include those.
Oh, they're on there on the track list on Apple.
Oh, because
Music.
Apple
You see it
Music,
already.
Spotify doesn't. I don't think does
Yeah.
that.
So this is the
Apple
third
Music.
single from
Have all of
Happier
them?
Than Ever, her new album. Whenever that comes out, I don't think it has a date yet.
Yeah, Apple
Oh,
Music.
I feel better about this then. I feel better. I thought this is like the lead and like showing the
this is
direction
the-
of the next album.
Did
And I
Therefore
was
I
like,
Am come
oh.
before My Future? Or did My Future come up first?
Yeah,
I think it was My Future, then Therefore I Am. Right?
My Future's a good first single. Yeah, so
Let
we're
me-
getting close. We're getting close
Yeah.
to
You
a
know,
Billie album.
I want artists to get back to like at telling me that this is the lead single for the album when you drop it. Maybe they don't know at the time, but like, because that changes this for me. You know, I don't even know if I like interpreted My Future when it came out as the lead to a new album because it came out a while ago, and I just thought it was an off track. Like, here you go. You know, like an off season. Like, there you go.
Well, to give you guys a little lead up, it comes out July 30th.
Ooh.
July 30th.
exciting.
So that's
Are you gonna review that?
Yes.
probably, and that's a while. So that's a while from now too. And 16 tracks.
Okay.
16 tracks. I see no features on here, so
I mean, she's off to a good start because Therefore I Am, I liked a lot. Didn't that go to number one? I think, or like number
Oh, yeah.
like, at least I think one of those went to like number one.
I kind of wish you put Everything I Wanted on there.
Wait, Everything I Wanted isn't on there?
Nope.
See,
That's just a single.
Why
That's just
would
a single.
that be the one you decide to leave off?
'Cause
All right, we
that,
didn't talk about My Power though, or Your Power. It's called Your Power.
Your Power, really slow song.
Gave me Phoebe Bridgers vibes.
It did, but I don't think she did it as well as Phoebe Bridgers does it. Sorry.
Well,
I really like this song. I thought it was very good. The subject matter is great.
It's so interesting because you know what I did? I listened to all the singles, and Your Power is like the slow one, and you know, My Power is like kind of more upbeat. I mean, My Future, my bad.
The second half of My Future.
Yeah, the second half of My Future is more upbeat. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything special, but I enjoyed it for what it is. Billie Eilish.
I
is
think
great.
I think I may have. I'll say I think I did two things here. One, I didn't listen to it for its content yet, so I'm basing my first opinions off it based off how it sounds.
Me too.
And I think with Billie Eilish, I love her pop bag. Like I do enjoy her slower stuff. Like I Love You off of the last album was one of my favorite songs on it. But like this song just didn't give me what Billie Eilish normally gives me. Maybe when I consider it for its content and like its lyrics, I'll feel like differently because that has made a difference for me in the past. Yeah, but right
Also,
now, like,
whenever the James Bond movie comes out, she's gonna get another boost.
Oh
She,
my
oh my
God.
gosh,
And that song's incredible too.
that
Did
song's
she,
great.
did she win something for that already? Because that's like
No.
great.
That song not coming. That movie not coming for 5 years.
It's coming out in the yeah, for real. It's coming out in the fall. So whenever that comes out, she's gonna get a boost because it's a good Bond song. Those always do well. So
Yeah, good Bond song. So yeah. So I
Uh,
enjoyed it. I listened to this.
Oh, go ahead.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna bring up the Jessie Ware song.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
That was
It's
good.
very
I was
good.
gonna
Jessie
say
Ware.
That was good. Jessie Ware, she does the pop thing. She
She
knows what
does
she's
it.
doing.
She does it. She's good.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
doing like a platinum edition of the album. That's what it says, platinum
Okay.
pleasure edition. And there's 7 new songs, and this is 8 new songs, and this is one of
I'm
them.
gonna listen, Jesse. I'm
Yeah.
gonna listen. I'm gonna listen. Next time I'm running.
What's Your Pleasure was fantastic. So
Yeah, and it seems like it's 7 like original songs and like a remix to Adore You. So yeah, I'm excited.
cool.
And then the last song, I think I Am Gonna Flag. Did y'all listen to this Without You, Kid Laroi, Miley Cyrus thing?
I did not.
I did
It
not.
was good. I'll say it was good. Miley Cyrus, I think, needs to veer more into like just keep on veering into rock and stay there because she really has the voice for it.
Mm-hmm.
She really
has
has the
Stevie
voice
Nicks
for
thing
it.
going for her. It sounds good.
She has a good voice.
Yeah,
She can sing. She can sing. So I'll give her that. I listened to this Joyner Lucas song, which is cool.
Yeah.
Joyner Lucas is like the I like Joyner Lucas. He's like the worst Eminem kind of.
That's kind of funny. They collab a lot too.
They collab a lot too, and he like works with Logic and all that stuff. It's like,
yeah. Didn't Logic come out with something?
oh, he had
Didn't
something
he
with
retire?
Madlib. He had something with Madlib. He did something with Madlib. It's
I
called
know
Stan, an artist who does
it's
the
called-
whole thing for retiring and then comes back within 2 years.
It's called Magic. Magic.
Wow.
Logic and
Wait.
Madlib. It's on
We
YouTube.
reviewed Logic's album, so it hasn't even been a full year. I cannot stand these fake retirements. If you wanted to retire to be with family, go retire to be with family.
Well, you know what's so crazy? He released a mixtape under a different name for for MF Doom to it was like MF Doom inspired type thing.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, it was under a different name. That was like under an alias. He said it's not him, but he's like it's clearly him.
Yeah.
Logic.
I'm annoyed.
He looks
Like,
happy.
I respect that project, but like literally, you just did this whole thing for retiring.
Yeah, and he was crying. Remember, he was crying on Twitch.
Yeah, you did that whole thing. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so so I want to get into this episode. I want to start with an important update from last week.
Okay.
Last week we were talking about the 4-time Grammy winner and two awards away from being an EGOT winner before her debut album is
He might get that.
Yeah.
her. And we talked about how she was nominated for Best Original Song at the Oscar for what's the name of the song? It's from Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, it's from Judas and the Black Messiah. I forgot the name of the song.
The song from Judas. If you don't know the name of the song, that's
I got y'all. Don't worry.
from Judas and the Black Messiah. We don't know the name of it. And Avery
Fight for
was
you.
like,
Fight
what was
for
it
you.
called? Fight for you.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
Avery was like, just casually, like, she's probably gonna win. Like, she's gonna win.
You just felt
And
it. You could feel it.
None of us denied it. That was the telling thing for it. None of us were like, well, because it's just like the way it goes for her.
She might as well have like the LeBron chosen one tattoo on her back, because like
Yeah.
It's just been chosen. And but look, I talked to my mom. Well, she won. That's my update. I talked to my mom about this, and she's like, you know what? Y'all need to leave that girl alone because hey, maybe her talent is doing this, and like
She's a
getting
talented
into it.
singer.
and she
She's
is
a
very,
talented
very
singer.
talented. I would not take that from her at all. But 4 Grammys and an Oscar before the debut album.
No, bro. Come on now.
Anyway,
Sure.
so that brought us to like conversation of like, we were like, oh, well, we should have did something about music and movies on the way to the Oscars. And like, we decided, why not do that now? So,
Well-
Avery, what are we doing?
Yeah, so the Oscars happened last weekend. Lowest viewership ever. Congrats to the Oscars. I watched because I feel
I don't
left
watch.
out when I don't watch these things.
I follow Twitter.
We're on the same page.
There were, but it was a weird year for movies because no one watched any of them. But it got me thinking about what are some great movies about music that we can talk about, because any chance I get to talk about movies, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I had the three of us each come up with basically 3 movies, 1 per each category.
I have 5. Just throwing it out there now.
I'm the only one that actually came with 3. But
I came with 4. So
the first category was a movie strictly about music. The second category was a musical. And then our third category was a music adjacent movie. So a movie that music's in the plot, but it's not necessarily the main focus of the movie.
yeah. And I do have to say this, like we're all big movie watchers. We all love movies. We talk about movies a lot outside of music.
Thanks, guys.
No, I said all of us.
I know, I
Of course.
appreciate that.
No, of course. I mean, we all
You playing me.
we all have different tastes in movies, so I don't watch every single movie in history. You know what I'm saying? Like Avery, but we're all big movie watchers and big movie lovers. So we're glad to talk about this. So take it again, Avery.
So how do we want to start? How do we want to get into this?
I think
Where do
we should
start?
each just talk about our picks for each one and just discuss them. Have we
Like,
seen
are we
it?
gonna do are we gonna pick a category then maybe go through that, or does
Yeah,
everyone say
let's
their
do that.
food?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's do
So
that.
let's start movie about music. Let's start with that.
Nnamdi, go first.
Wow. Okay, that's putting me on the spot. So when I thought about movies about music, my favorite movies within that category have always been insight into the music industry, the ones that are real and to the life about like maybe touring or someone grinding to get to the top. So with that in mind, it wasn't that hard for me to think about that. The first movie that came to mind that I ever remember watching on BET when it aired however many years ago
BET
was Hustle and Flow, which is honestly the first movie that came to my head about someone trying to make it in the music industry. And of course, in that movie, it's Terrence Howard, Taraji P. Henson. He's a drug dealer trying to get out the game and get some more money and stuff. He wasn't a drug dealer. He was a pimp. He was a pimp, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a pimp.
He was a pimp.
Yeah, he was a pimp.
And he's trying to get into the game. So he starts recording a few tracks. Start doing his thing, trying to get on the local radio. He finally, records a couple singles with Taraji B. Henson, including the one we all know, "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp," because it is.
Anthony Anderson
is in it, big role in that. And then he tries to give his demo tape. He makes a demo tape, tries to give it to some dude played by Ludacris. I don't remember the name of the dude, but he was played by Ludacris. I remember that. And long story short, the guy
Skinny Black.
The Skinny Black person takes the tape, pretends to listen to it, but actually he finds it in the bathroom, destroyed or something. Terrence Howard beats the hell out of him, ends up going to jail. And then he tells another one of his prostitutes named Taryn Manning from Orange is the New Black played that prostitute, and he's like, "Yo, get my tape on the radio, do what you can do," and she does, and the movie ends with Terrence Howard in jail, but someone coming up. Should I spoil it? It's been 15 years. If you haven't watched it by now, you're not.
Well, wait. If they want to know the continuation of that, just watch Empire.
Low key, just watch Empire.
And
that is how Lucius Lyon was born.
That's how Lucius Lyon was born.
So that was all I never thought about that.
Oh, that was a thing. That was a popular theory people had.
Well, I gotta ask you this
because they didn't tell their real names. At first, it was Lucius and Cookie, and I'm like, "Oh, that's goddamn
interesting." I gotta ask you this, Nnamdi, because since we are a music podcast, we do critique. We got to talk about the quality of music in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Not just movies that include soundtracks and stuff like that.
To do that.
But
it's hard out here.
Original songs that were created for the movie. How do you think? If you were to grade it or give
It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp is to this day one of the best hip hop songs that have come from a movie.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, didn't it win an Oscar? I'm pretty sure it won an Oscar.
Wait a second.
Literally, that may have won an Oscar.
Wait.
That may
I thought Lose Yourself was the only rap song to win an Oscar.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like it won something. I feel like it won something.
Wait, let me see.
It won the Academy, became the second song to win the Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Yes, you know why? Because it's that iconic picture of 3 6 Mafia.
3 6 Mafia.
Holding the Oscar, which is, and so they didn't wear those suits. They was coming with fitteds on and oversized shirts and everything at the Oscars. That's an iconic photo.
Oh my God, 3 6 Mafia and Taraji P. Henson actually performed this song before it won the Oscar. I didn't know that.
That's incredible.
Terrence Howard, they didn't want to.
That's sad. That's unfortunate.
So if you want to talk about the quality of music, this song is the only hip hop song to win Best Original Song and Lose Yourself. So then I can say, by extrapolating, the only song by a black hip hop artist to win an Oscar is It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp by 3 6 Mafia.
Does Common count for that song?
Ooh. Well, was it the John Legend one?
Yeah, the John Legend one. Does
Bigger
that count?
Which one?
For Selma.
Selma, that's right. Does that count?
Oh,
I guess.
Maybe it was John Legend, and then it was kind of it wasn't really a hip hop.
Oh well, let me say the first from a black artist. And
I
may not know.
No, I say first and only because it was a whole hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? All hip hop.
Lose Yourself was. Oh, Black Art. Forgot.
Yeah, Black Art. Black.
Sorry,
Black. Yeah,
that was my first pick for this. I have another one, but I don't want to take up too much time. So I'll, who else trying to spit?
No, I can go. You know what's so crazy? I'm actually kind of mad I left these movies out, but I kind of picked two.
If I didn't say my two, pick one.
No, I want to. Okay, first of all, we got to give. Okay. I said Straight Outta Compton. That was my number one pick.
You can do shout outs after two, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah,
honorable mentions. Yeah, but dang it. Oh. Dang it. Straight Outta Compton, which is more of a totally different kind of thing, because this is a real story. You know what I'm saying? And I picked this because when it comes to hip hop movies and based off real people, they haven't been that good.
Not the best track record.
Yeah.
Not the best track record. Sorry, Notorious. Sorry.
Whoa! Don't diss Notorious. Notorious did a good job. Okay.
Sorry,
don't do Notorious.
Sorry, All Eyes on Me.
The Aaliyah movie.
And I gotta say also,
any Lifetime hip hop movie.
Yeah, any Lifetime hip hop movie. They haven't had a great track record. But the thing about this one was that this really included everybody, like all the members. It was Ice Cube, it was Dr. Dre, it was MC Ren and DJ. They were all really behind it, and obviously Eazy and his family and whatnot. And this actually was a really exceptional movie in terms of the acting. Like seriously, the scene with Eazy at the end, him crying about having HIV, that was legit like hard to watch. Like that was legit very, very difficult to watch.
This movie was also a really great launching point for all those actors' careers.
I agree.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s got a career now. The kid who plays Dre is in a bunch of TV shows.
The Eazy guys in that Chicago show, actually, I forgot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it really, and this is unlike Hustle and Flow. This music doesn't have anything original in it. You know what I'm saying? It's all music that's throwback. I mean,
all their music,
all their music with NWA and whatnot. And it was done well because I feel like they re-recorded with them actually in the movie. It wasn't like them doing voiceover. It was actually them rapping. Obviously, Ice Cube's son, who looks just like him, which is ridiculous. It was really great to hear all that. And obviously, there was a little scene with Tupac where it was like, dude actually looked like Tupac. Pretty insane.
Looks a lot like Tupac.
Yeah, so I'd say this one. Yeah, exactly. So it really put a lot of people on to like their story and whatnot, and really all the people that think from like this NWA can think about Snoop Dogg, Tupac. You can think Eminem, 50 Cent, Suge. Everything, it's basically every rapper ever. And then Kendrick now, all this line of things. So that's why
I always thought how cool it was how like involved Dre and Ice Cube were in the making of this movie as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they only wanted, they were involved because they only wanted certain stories told. Okay, let's call a spade a spade.
I agree with that too.
Critiques from these that they left off some of the uglier moments in each of their respective careers. Don't have to dwell on, but while I'm happy that they all played a part, there's a reason they all played a part.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I agree with that too. And obviously they're the two biggest names too. Ice Cube and Dr. Dre is a billionaire almost, and Ice Cube went on to become a movie star essentially, right? With all that stuff he's done. So I agree with Nnamdi on that, but nonetheless, really fun movie and all that stuff. So really great movie. I really enjoyed it a lot.
No, I thought you were about to be like, Dr. Dre's a billionaire and Ice Cube was in Are You There Yet?
Oh, no.
First of all, Are You There Yet is a classic, so leave it alone.
It's a classic, but
Okay. How about Friday? Friday's a classic. That's like
true. Okay.
Friday is a classic.
Ice Cube became a critically acclaimed
which he wrote.
And writer, exactly, and writer, which is included in the movie.
He wrote that?
Yeah, he wrote Friday.
He co-wrote it. So yeah, he co-wrote it, and that's included in the movie. Remember, he's writing Friday. Remember, so that's really impressive.
Also, it's cool to get some insight on the beef between Ice Cube and NWA after they're falling out.
Yeah,
and that was fun. That was great scene too. So so great movie. Recent, one of the greatest hip hop movies of all time. Honestly, I would say.
If not,
I don't think that's
not the best.
That's not not the best, but one.
I was gonna say it might be the best.
Might be. So yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, Avery, go. Avery. So Avery, what's your pick?
When I was thinking one of these movies, I was gonna go with Selena. That was my first pick, but I chose not to do that.
Yeah, that's what there was a whole bunch we're leaving out here.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
But when I was thinking about like what's a movie that stuck with me since I watched it, and every time I meet someone I don't particularly like, I think about this movie. I go with Whiplash. It's it's a movie about, for people who haven't seen it, it's a movie about a young student. He's a drummer and he goes to a conservatory for music. His name's Andrew. He meets the band instructor, Fletcher, played by J.K. Simmons. And at first, Fletcher seems like a cool dude. He's asking him what you like what are you into, all this stuff. And very quickly realizes that Fletcher is like this awful human being who is very abusive towards his students. So the movie's about the relationship between Andrew and Fletcher as it goes on, and how Andrew deals with having this mentor who's just awful to him, throwing chairs at him, slapping him in the face.
Oh, I think I watched this.
Throwing slurs at him.
Yeah.
It's like he gets to know these kids just so he can use that information against them later on.
Yeah.
And it's just a movie I think about every time I meet someone maybe that I don't vibe with very well. This movie genuinely made me scared that I was like gonna meet someone like this someday.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, and it's based on a short story. Actually, 2 of the movies I picked are directed by the same guy. Now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah, Whiplash is incredible. The music, I don't know if it's original, but it's performed very, very well. And the ending to the movie is like I can't even. It's incredible. So if you haven't seen Whiplash, highly recommend.
Hey, so I want to pitch an idea because I'm just realizing that this is the broadest genre we picked. Movies about, well, no, it's not. Music adjacent is too, but movies about music. I feel like we all have one more in us, so
Absolutely.
maybe we can do one more round through. I know
Well,
we're doing one for this one. Maybe we can do one more round through with this, then move on to that next category.
How about we just open up the conversation, because I feel like this is a really thing of where like it's really up and down in terms of the success of these movies, how well they're done. Because sometimes, you know, like with these Lifetime movies, the artist and the family and the estate of these artists, whether they're dead or alive, they're not involved, and they don't always come out well. And then we have ones like that come out amazingly because, you know, the family was involved and whatnot. And all those great things. So there's a bunch of movies that.
I like that idea. Then so let's open up the movies about music conversation and just talk about, and then we'll move on to the other ones as well. But because I want to stay there because there's a lot as y'all kept on talking about that we're just not touching on, and I can't go to sleep without discussing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Avery said it first with Selena, but I'm also going to throw in. I just remembered like the New Edition story.
Ooh.
That turned out super well. That was one of the few ones that BET killed.
It killed.
Like,
I agree. That was a
Noah,
moment.
you're bitter about Ray. Like we have other ones we can talk about.
Ray was an incredible performance by Jamie Foxx, and that just like cements Jamie Foxx as one of the greatest talents in Hollywood and like entertainment history. Because the fact that he was singing in that whole movie, he is. Jamie Foxx is incredible for real.
Hey, he's one of the best entertainers
in history. Seriously, I mean, dude, he's singing in the movie, and his acting is straight up incredible. He won an Oscar. For it. You know. Cemented that, and it was well deserved. So Ray is an incredible movie with that whole story, and it was just incredible, and his whole family was involved in it and everything like that, which is why it came out as such an incredible movie. Long movie, it's still a great movie. Selena,
it's so tragic.
Selena,
I literally there's a chunk of my childhood where I thought Jennifer Lopez was Selena. Like I knew who Jennifer Lopez was, but when I pictured Selena, I pictured Jennifer Lopez's portrayal of Selena. Grant, y'all, I was born in '96, and nobody can like don't hate me for saying that, but like that's how good of the portrayal was. Like she killed that.
Yeah, that's her best acting performance in my opinion, like by far.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's not even that's easy. That's easy.
And you know what's so crazy about that? It's sometimes a slippery slope with getting an artist who's also like a big name in itself to portray an actual like artist that's somebody else. But it actually worked in that case. And obviously, Selena became like a bigger pop star, bigger artist. But yeah,
who did Angela Bassett portray? Didn't she? She was Tina Turner, right, in the movie? Isn't that a thing?
Yes, Tina Turner.
And that's one who I know people say that she killed it and like she should have won the Oscar for, and that like I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't watched that movie easily since the last time it's just been a while. But I do know that like the way I thought Selena was J-Lo, there was a time in my life where if I tried to picture Tina Turner, I'd probably think of Angela Bassett.
Yeah, and that's an iconic movie for like all the memes and stuff for other reasons also. But yeah, so yeah, there's so many movies we're probably missing, but there's like, and they're gonna continue to keep happening. And also another one, this is actually TLC movie.
That was
a TLC movie, Crazy Sexy Cool with
Keke Palmer was in it.
Keke Palmer, Lil Mama was in it. That's a good one. That's actually a really, really good one.
And who's listening to that other girl? She's on Real Housewives of Atlanta now. Drew Sidora.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that movie was actually really well done. You know, that's my Atlanta crew. You know,
it was a good casting. It was really good casting.
Great casting. I agree totally. And that was actually, I don't know if that was Lifetime or not, but like I don't remember, but it was in that realm, and it actually killed it, honestly, in my opinion.
So what do we think makes these movies great? Like these movies about music or musicians? Like what is it about the good ones that separates it from the bad ones?
I think for people who lived in that time, it takes them back.
Nostalgia.
Different from nostalgia, like different than the documentary where there's like the old people talking about it. It takes them back and actually put them in the time. And then for the people who weren't there, like for Nnamdi, you talk about Selena, you thought she was Selena. You know what I'm saying? It literally drops you in a time capsule. If you were to wake up in that time, you felt that whole thing. So
I also think like music obviously is such a universal thing that everyone likes. So if you can build a movie around something that everyone enjoys, and like something that's so predicated on like relationships, it's such an easy thing to like make drama out of, right? Like, because if you look at all the three movies that we initially chose, like all three of them don't fall into like the same category. They're all movies about music that all like have very like vastly different stories, right? And they're all essentially all about the relationships that you have, that you build within the people around you revolved around that music, whether it was Whiplash as like a teacher straight at Compton with your bandmates, or in Hustle and Flow, like, you know, your subordinates, like the people that are, I don't want to say what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. And it's all different waves. I don't know if we want to include this, but 8 Mile, does that count, or is that for another category? 8 Mile, do you want to count that?
I think is 8 Mile a musical technically? No, I'm kidding.
Could be both.
Maybe, I don't know.
Could the argument be made?
Yeah, exactly. It's totally a different, you know, I don't know.
Is that Eminem's only movie to date? Has he been in anything else?
You know what they wanted Eminem? Remember that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Southpaw?
Oh, yeah, they wanted Eminem to do that. I'm glad. Yeah,
so film it in Detroit, so they got Jake Gyllenhaal.
So
8 Mile's Eminem's.
Yeah, almost biography, but that's another classic. So yeah. But go ahead, Nam.
I was gonna say, to your Selena point, I feel like another strength of these movies is that like they can, especially if an artist has passed away, they can reintroduce an entire new generation to like someone who maybe, you know, past their time. Because I was gonna say Notorious came out, I think, in like 2008 or something, when I was pretty young, and like I was born the year Notorious B.I.G. died, so like I wouldn't naturally have been exposed to him. But of course I had older siblings to listen to him, so I was aware. But I watched that movie, and then I remember I proceeded to like download like 2 of his albums and his greatest hits albums, and I learned the words to like Big Pop. Like I started listening to his actual music as like a kid because partially of that movie. And the guy, I remember, looked kind of, he didn't look like him, but he was big. So
it was good. It was solid. Yeah, it was solid. I agree, it was solid.
Maybe, you know.
Yeah, that was a solid one. It wasn't bad. Definitely better than All Eyes.
That's what I was gonna say. It was definitely better than All Eyes on Me, you know. And like I said, it's just that it has you like it helps you become aware of like someone's discography. Like I was out here singing Big Pop at like 10 years old because of that movie.
Even more recently, and Nnamdi, you're an example of this a few weeks ago, Rocket Man with Elton John, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I was gonna wait till musical because I feel like that was more of a musical. But you know, I'm gonna give my flowers to Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man was Bohemian Rhapsody about Queen. Like those came out around the same time.
I forgot about that one.
Really recent one.
Wait, can we use this as a segue into musicals? Because I feel like let's do it. Because I don't really know what distinguishes it, but in my head, that's where I put them. But both of those movies you just named, I watched them in the span of like, I rewatched them at least in the span of like a day. I think I watched one on like a Tuesday and one on a Wednesday. And they're both great. They're both they're amazing portrayals of the movie that I feel, for me, especially when you think of like, I'm not a rock kid, so that already is going to limit my knowledge of Queen or Elton John. I am a Gen Zer, allegedly. So like, this is not my time as far as music goes.
Allegedly.
I watched Rocket Man and not only found a place in my heart for Elton John, who I didn't know. I wasn't aware nearly as much of his drug struggles and like his childhood and like even just coming out during that time. And, you know, his music, like I have been listening. I called Avery, I think the day after I watched the movie. It's like, Avery, this song Yellow Brick Road by Elton John slaps. Like, what? I put it on our playlist, I think, literally after I watched that movie.
It was one of your project of the weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I think that's my favorite part of those sort of like docu musicals, because it's like, now I'm aware of an artist that I wouldn't have been this close with.
Yeah.
Well, Rocket Man in particular was super creative to me because like, it was like a musical. Like, it wasn't just the artist like performing. It was like an actual musical of him dancing in that.
It was like him telling the story while he was in rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it was kind of actually perfect for Elton John. Perfectly. Not every artist can do it in that style. You know,
he's still alive.
And the dude's still alive too. That's crazy part. He was directly involved. You can tell. You know, so it's another good one. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. And Bohemian Rhapsody, which is also another recent, which came out. Was that 2019? 2019 that movie came out?
Wasn't it the same year?
Star is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right around each other.
And Star is Born, they all were around the same time too.
Yeah,
I believe so. So yeah. So if we want to get into musicals,
I mean, speaking of A Star is Born.
Speaking of,
that movie was great. So I know they've done this. Like, it's one of those movies they do over and over again. I think
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand did it in like this
Yep.
60s or
70s,
70s.
60s.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, they did that with her.
Yeah.
But one, this is one of those movies where like you can really just pick a celebrity and kind of like revive them by giving them that acting boost. Because Lady Gaga, I know I love Lady Gaga, but like I remember during this time musically, she wasn't as like some of her releases at that time kind of simmered. They weren't as like big as she once was. And I feel like this movie sort of like boosted her acclaim again, because it was like, oh well, now forget about the singer Lady Gaga. Now she's like the Oscar nominated for Best Actress. Lady Gaga, and I think she did a good job.
Also, this movie had a radio hit.
Yes,
Yeah, had a radio hit.
#1 song.
Yeah, absolutely. And the acting was incredible too. Lady Gaga and Lady Gaga, that's the thing this movie did too. You like Nnamdi, Lady Gaga's stan. She's an incredible singer. Lady Gaga is a very talented singer. She gets, for all her.
I don't know if I like you exposing me as a stan on the podcast.
Bro, come on now, bro. Are you really okay? We passed that. We're
gonna have to address this.
Grown ass man, bro.
Post-pod production.
It's like the third time she's gotten brought up. So
exactly. By now, but for real, like Lady Gaga, for people who want to wear, is an incredible singer. Whether that was her reputation or not,
she was the perfect person to play this role.
Right.
Exactly.
Plus, if you talking about like great actual music in movies, one, I respect the fact that like she did this like she was making an album. She made that album and like wrote on it and like just like if she was doing. And then not Bradley Cooper, Give Miss Flowers. He sang on some of these songs. The actual soundtrack to this was a phenomenal like just album. Like I almost forgot it was a soundtrack because I would just listen to it. And like it was kind of more rocking theme. Like one of the songs that's coming to my brain is "Dig in My Grave," which had Bradley Cooper singing, and is one of the songs he did a really good job on. But like "Shallow" was a smash hit. Like this was a good album in itself, and it was at #1 for a while. Like it had an impact for sure.
I totally agree. Now, do we want to get into like?
No, what's your musical?
Yeah,
I mean.
Musical.
Well, I guess people. Well, I'm not. I can't say you already know because the people who listen don't know this. But West Side Story to me, all respect to Grease and Hairspray and whatever, but West Side Story to me is the greatest musical of all time, hands down. Not even close. Hands down, not even close. I watched it Wednesday night and. I was blown away again. It's incredible. And the story is not original because obviously it's based on.
We don't all seen Romeo and Juliet.
That's fair.
Romeo and Juliet's old.
It's
West Side Story is such a fresh, even though this movie is like 50 years old, it's a fresh telling of that story.
It's a fresh telling, and from the movie itself is an incredible movie, well acted. The choreography in itself is incredible, but the songs are straight up incredible and straight up. And I know it's a tragic story. Romeo and Juliet is supposed to be a tragic love story, but the songs itself are super fun. They're super fun. From America is super fun. Officer Krupke is incredible. Cool.
When You're a Jet.
When you're a jet, you're the top cat in town.
It's so good.
Just an incredible. And this movie did break down barriers, obviously, with the star of this movie. Even though at the time I didn't feel it, but Rita Moreno, who obviously it plays Bernardo's
one of the best to do it.
Yeah, she is, but she plays the girlfriend of one of the leaders of the gang, who also he won the Oscar too. They both won the Oscar. Rita Moreno broke down barriers for this, and obviously her story's well told with how they darkened her skin for this role and all that stuff. Other than that, the movie in this movie is incredible.
Wait, about how they what?
For the movie they darkened her skin, and that was like a big controversy.
Like Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she's not, but I think in real life she's not, but I'm not sure exactly. But
we're getting a remake from Spielberg.
We're getting a remake from Spielberg.
Modern telling of the story.
We'll see how it goes, but this movie itself is an incredible movie in terms of the acting, and the music is just incredible. We're just gonna keep it on the music.
It's timeless.
So, It's timeless. Check it out if you haven't. So.
Avery, your movie?
I had to go La La Land. I love it.
No, we had to
death.
Ryan Gosling stan. If speaking of stans, Ryan Gosling
stan. This movie is incredible. Directed by the same guy who did Whiplash, actually, Damien Chazelle. This was his second movie. But yeah, La La Land. Obviously, it's more. I think more. It might be more famous now because of the Oscars gaffe.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
Stage with
the
Moonlight.
Jay-Z
Shout out
and
Moonlight.
Jay-Z.
Moonlight, Warren.
Wait,
Warren
what
Beatty.
Jay-Z?
Remember the album? Moonlight?
We're stuck in La La Land.
We're
Even
stuck
when we
in La
win,
La
we're
Land.
gonna lose.
Exactly, a whole bunch of things going on.
That's
but
what we're putting on the playlist this week.
Moonlight. But La La Land's incredible. I know again, it's more popular for its like Oscars thing, and it's forever linked with Moonlight, fairly or unfairly, whatever. Those are Moonlight and La La Land, two fantastic movies.
Agreed.
But the music in La La Land is fantastic. I know everyone makes fun of the performances and the singing from Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, but I thought they sounded fine.
Look, I'll say it. If you make fun of this movie, you're a hater. Because I watched La La Land from the standpoint of a hater. I was on a plane. I was like, let me just do it. See what these people be talking about. This trash movie.
It's like addictive.
La La Land. Okay. And I was so enthralled for that entire 2 hours.
It's so
song. It's really good.
And then the ending takes a left turn that you're just like, or it's not maybe a left turn, but it's not the outcome that you wanted to take. And
yeah.
By the end of the movie, you're like, dang, why couldn't they be together?
I mean, and speaking of Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, they have great on-screen chemistry, obviously. With
and it's like their third movie together.
Emma Stone's a great actress.
Great actress too. What was the movie they had with
They had Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid Love was a lot of fun.
Gangster Squad,
which that's okay, but
right.
Yeah, the Gangster Squad, but yeah, Crazy Stupid Love is another good one. So I totally agree with La La Land. A lot of fun. And people are making fun of like the way it's performed, but I think that's how they wanted it to be. It's such meant to be performed like that. It's
such a modern musical, which I don't think if you see a musical, it feels like a lot of them are set in the past or something like that. It's rare that you see like a musical set in like modern day.
I agree.
Like uses LA as a backdrop almost as well as something like Insecure. I think like every beautiful. It's like a love letter to the city of LA. It's great.
That's interesting. Oh, just like Insecure, I agree. I think the last one that's like a modern take, and I'm gonna laugh a little bit. But High School Musical is like the last big.
No, we need to talk about it.
We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. That's the last like modern.
I'm not talking about this Gen Z version. I'm talking about the version with my king.
Don't crap on the Gen Z version of it.
No, it's fine, but we're gonna
deserve to enjoy.
They're just not the same caliber.
Yeah,
but the High School Musical is a story that can be told by all generations.
I completely agree, but this is High School Musical.
And also, it's giving us Olivia Rodrigo. So
yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that, but still, High School Musical.
She's in the
show. It's cool. She cool, but it ain't no Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens. Ashley Tisdale.
Right. High School Musical is classic.
Corbin Blue.
It's classic for people when they hate on them, and that was a huge phenomenon. And the third one, and the third one was okay,
I remember sitting in 6th grade after we took our final. Everyone's sitting at the class and like summer, just like in the movie, and our teacher was like, "Shut up, please."
Well, in 5th grade, we actually
you do the papers.
Actually, we performed it as a class. We had a small 5th grade class. We performed all into together in like a big.
I still remember.
I mean, who didn't perform? We're all in this together.
It's a great song, by the way, too. So.
All the songs I still remember.
Fabulous by Sharpay. What I've been looking for. I had to sing the song in my head to think of the lyrics. Y'all know that song? Remember that?
The duet between the two of them. Like classic.
Yeah,
that's exactly the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the movies that took Zac Efron to heights he hasn't looked back since. So
yeah, it's kind of sad. No one else really took off the way Zac Efron did from those movies.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens had a little moment, a little bit.
Some have been successful. Who?
Yeah. Ashley Tisdale was popular because of Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
Corbin Blue had his few Disney Channel movies.
He didn't age well. Sorry.
He had the Double Dutch movie. That was kind of fun.
That was fun.
Jump in, right?
Jump in. I had fun with that, but Zac Efron became a superstar and just superstardom.
Yeah.
Hasn't looked back since. So yeah, that's another. But yeah, I would like more musicals. More musicals, people. They're fun. Good music.
I have a movie that I want to pitch that's a musical, a movie about music, and music adjacent all in one.
Talk about it.
Just the power that the movie has. And that's Homecoming by Beyonce, who took a Coachella performance, threw a plot into it, gave me some documentary footage, behind the scenes action, told me about personal life and taught me about how to develop myself personally, and did it all in an hour and 50 minutes and put it on Netflix. That is power.
I mean,
and the editing won.
The editing is Amazing.
Insane.
Yeah, everything is incredible. I mean, the way it looks, the fact that some of it's like in that weird black and white, not even
We're
like black
talking
and white.
Beyonce home. We didn't say that. We do that a lot on the Start Pod. We're talking about Beyonce's Homecoming.
You know what makes it iconic too? The cover is just Beyonce's face, not a name. It's like it's Homecoming.
It says
You already know
Homecoming
what
at the
it is.
bottom and Netflix.
Yeah, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But you know what's so crazy? Speaking of that, the Coachella performance was iconic in itself. Like it was a phenomenon. Like people were like, "Oh my gosh, are you watching this?"
Yeah, the story behind it, of course, is that she was supposed to perform the year prior.
Yes.
Had children.
Yes.
Had to cancel the performance, understandably so.
Lady Gaga.
Rescheduled for the next year.
Yeah.
Had the most insane diet to get like in performing shape. Probably the best performing shape anyone's ever been in.
Absolutely.
And like had the most iconic performance at the most iconic music festival in the country.
Yeah, no one's done. Like, I don't even think I don't even think I can conceptualize an artist that could do it better.
You can't mention Coachella without mentioning Beyonce now.
Isn't her set in like a museum now, or didn't they have it like on display at like the next year's performance? And I feel bad for Ariana Grande because she headlined the year after, and I was like, "They're just you can't, like no one's gonna like that's the top."
It's like this is the measuring stick, and it's probably unfair for everyone else just because how incredible
it truly is.
Yeah, I agree, and honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna go there, but probably in this century so far, is it the most memorable performance of the century already?
Probably.
Like, I mean, it was really a where were you when you saw it? People were texting, calling like, "Oh my gosh, are you seeing what Beyonce?" It was. I'm not lying. It was for me. And my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, Noah,
where are you?"
My mom was like, "No." My mom texted. She was
now.
like, "No." My mom did text me like, "Noah, are you watching this?" I was like, "What?" This is Coachella performance. She thought I'm a huge Beyonce fan, but she's like, "Are you seeing this?" And the fact that the movie came from it is even more incredible.
Beyonce is just the best performer, period. And I think that's why all of her performances feel like instant classics. There's no one else that is a better performer. In my opinion, I don't think anyone else sings well live like Beyonce does.
It's
the
like
fact that I can't think of a performance where she's like ever missed a note live is why like that's the performance of.
It's like why would you buy Coachella tickets now? I mean, other than the experience of going to Coachella, if you're like, I'm not going to see something as good as Homecoming.
Right.
The 97 Demo Festival / concert review is coming. We're gonna all go to a concert or a show, and that's a review coming. It's on the way when things open up some more. But yeah, kind of opening that up to like the music adjacent stories and movies.
So this was just our excuse to get in literally anything that touches on music into this discussion.
Essentially, anything that touches on music. Exactly, but isn't always like about an artist or about you
may not think about his music.
Yeah, but it's a music adjacent. This is where let's just get into it. Some of the ones let's just get into it. Mine, I'll just start with mine. Mine was Happy Feet. Really cute, fun movie. Yeah, it is cute. No, he said, I mean, it's just a really fun movie with Elijah Wood, I believe, isn't it? I believe he's playing the main penguin, the main guy. It's an incredible cast, but the music is just a bunch of throwbacks. Stevie Wonder has he has his songs are in there. Just a really great, fun, cute movie about a struggling penguin who's looking to fit in. That's the main plot. He's just trying to fit in. And
my brother and I still talk about the scene where they get chased by the whale.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
a scary scene, but still a great movie. And my parents, I remember watching with my parents as a kid. I think we actually got it on Netflix. Old Netflix, kids. Old Netflix where we had to order the DVD. Yeah, mail it. That's what I'm talking about. That's when you had to get the DVD mailed to you.
Y'all know who directed Happy Feet?
Oh,
George Miller, who directs Mad Max. He created Mad Max and does all the Mad Max movies.
Interesting.
Wait, say it again because I talked over you with misinformation.
Is George Miller, who directed all the Mad Max movies and created Mad Max.
Oh, wow.
So the same guy who's out in the desert flipping and blowing up cars made the Dancing Penguin movie.
Talent right there. So
Happy Feet. Like the fact that he made a movie with that plot. Imagine reading this plot written down, and like how well this movie, like
that's true. I agree.
Survives and outcasted by other penguins, and like he makes it like great.
Yeah, but it's a good feeling. It's a good fun. It makes you feel fuzzy inside. So yeah. Right. So Happy Feet is one
on the topic of all fuzzy inside. I would like to throw Coco into this conversation.
Yes. Coco is might be their
damn bag. Was that Disney or Pixar?
It's Pixar.
Pixar, yeah.
Pixar got their damn bag. They did that one.
That might be a top 3 Pixar movie for me.
Well, Pixar is owned by Disney now, but it's Pixar actual.
I
Pixar.
cried. I literally cried like with Coco. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't normally cry with movies. I'm not that guy. But I watched it at the end of Coco when they're in like the afterworld, whatever, and the family's reuniting. I cried.
When you realize who his family member is, it's the sad.
You know,
also the soundtrack for Coco is fire with Miguel and Natalia Lafourcade.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
Oh yeah, you know what's so crazy? I love Coco, and for all our people who are, you know, who are Mexican and all that, you know, that community's been a lot misunderstood over the years for multiple reasons in Hollywood and in general. But you know, for representation purposes, that was an incredible movie, and it opened our eyes to that music genre that we're not necessarily familiar with as like a mainstream thing. And I agree. I
also
cried.
The tradition of, you know, Dia de los Muertos. It's so
exactly
cool to learn about that.
Exactly, and the culture of it, because obviously we have like a pop culture way of doing it, like, you know, the James Bond movie and stuff like that, all that stuff. But like the actual culture behind it, and the music was incredible. And like I echo those sentiments. I cried straight bawling, not like a tear from like a that type of crying. I saw a lot of adults cry that night.
I think Coco is the only movie that we've mentioned that I have a song saved on my playlist from. I have Remember Me saved.
Yeah,
I love
incredible movie. I might watch that again on Disney Plus.
My pick for this category was Almost Famous. Have you guys seen Almost Famous?
I have not.
So it's a good journalism movie too, by the way. It's a good journalism.
The journalist?
It's about so she plays the girlfriend of Kate Hudson is in this movie. She plays the girlfriend of the lead singer of the band that the movie kind of revolves. It's about this kid who he's like a repressed kid. His mom won't let him listen to any sort of music because of like, I think religious purposes, but she won't let him listen to any like music that he wants to. He gets an opportunity basically to freelance with Rolling Stone and cover this band.
I was like Grant.
It's like Grant can like travel with. So he travels with this band that I think is like loosely based off The Doors, Jim Morrison.
Okay.
And yeah, it's about him going on the road trip with them, getting closer with the bandmates, and specifically Kate Hudson's character who plays the lead singer's girlfriend. And it's called Almost Famous, and it has a lot of actors in it who were at the time almost famous. Jimmy Fallon, Kate Hudson, Billy Crudup. Who else is in it? Anna Paquin. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's huge at the time, obviously. But it's an amazing movie, and it's a really good. It's not it's not exactly about music, but it has music involved around it because of the subject matter. But it's incredible. I love this movie a lot.
Wow, and it's semi-autobiographical.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
You know, another one.
The director actually was a teenage writer for the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe.
That movie made me think about another one that's maybe music adjacent, Burlesque with Cher and stuff like that. And
Burlesque is great.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah,
that's another good one too. Yeah, another good one too. That made me think about that because, you know, obviously the club was about to close.
Burlesque got a great soundtrack.
Yeah, and Christina Aguilera is obviously, she's another underrated one too. She has an incredible voice, really great voice, another incredible voice who gets forgotten a lot because obviously, you know, it's been a long time. But
I guess now she does. In her peak, she wasn't.
She had that song with Maroon 5.
Exactly, that was
a decade ago.
Moves Like
Jagger. That was huge.
That was huge. That's still
exactly. Hey, let's throw our last episode. We talked about Mick Jagger. Our friend Grant interviewed Mick Jagger. So yeah. So any final thoughts, guys, about, you know, music and movies and music in general in terms of, you know, filmmaking and whatnot?
This is my favorite genre. I mean, like music documentaries, music inspired films, like films that are built around music.
We didn't even bring up like
absolute genre of music.
We didn't even bring up like documentaries specifically, like Amy or the Defiant ones or stuff like that.
Well,
the Bee Gees documentary is one of the best ones. Like that's another one that it just exposed me to an artist I would have never ever liked. And I was on a disco kick, even though they said they weren't disco towards the end of their career, but still, like, and it was sad, like, But it was so good. Like, I love documentaries.
Well, another movie we didn't bring up, which is we're not gonna get into it, but like this is like really deep because it's about the Holocaust. The Pianist is I know it's not singing, but it's music with the, you know, that one is
Brody killed that.
That one is
his Oscar-winning
movie, but I remember watching that in school. Not an easy movie to watch. Any movie about the Holocaust is not easy to watch. But, But yeah, that's another one. So yeah.
But I think as a way to end it, who do we want our next music? Like, what's the next kind of like? If it's a documentary, who's it about? If it's a plot, what comes to mind? Like, what's the next? If you could build a movie, what would it look like?
Wow.
I feel like I feel like a sequel to 8 Mile would be like warranted. Like
honestly, that'd be the lamest sequel ever.
It's about him getting successful. That'd be kind of fun. And I would want it to be like about Eminem.
Yeah.
Rather than B-Rabbit. I want it to be about Eminem.
Yeah, and it'd be an interesting
maybe the Eminem like movie when they end up making that film is actually a sequel.
I was gonna say an Eminem biography, but then I was like, that's 8 Mile. So like, I would want like a follow up to that, I guess.
Yeah, that's actually I'd be cool with that.
Well, Nnamdi, you love documentaries. What artists do you want a documentary or like an insight on their lives and whatnot? What's the artist you want to document from?
Instinctually, I wanted to say Jay-Z. Like he's at the point of the curve where that'd be a good movie.
The start is going to be interesting.
We're getting Kanye soon. We're getting the.
I was gonna say like Kanye soon, but I think Kanye I don't think Kanye's narrative arc is like finished. I think he's like here, like on the way down, but he's not like he hasn't gotten to full resolution yet. So I don't think that's done. But Jay-Z, I kind of feel like he's there. Like Jay-Z is sort of like he's had his up and down.
We've talked about the last couple of weeks of all these artists like Billie Eilish. This documentary is a sensation. People love it,
and that was actually really good. And I know she's young, but like. That I would say if Megan Thee Stallion had been recording all this time, that would have been equally as good of a documentary to me.
Wow.
Because the thing about Billie's that's amazing is like it starts with her like before that album was out, and you just see like this exponential rise in fame like that and how she had to handle it. And it just felt so real. Like I like when I have like a little bit of real insight into a music's career. And some of these music documentaries that have come out, like Taylor Swift had one on Netflix, even Lady Gaga's on Netflix. I didn't like them because they were like, what are you telling me about you? Like, this isn't expansive enough. This doesn't...
Like the Travis Scott one, which was about nothing.
I think that was the documentary. We talked about that. A doc series, right?
What?
That Chike and Kanye's coming out with an actual...
No, that's what I said. I said Kanye's coming out with Cudi and Chike.
I can't wait for that. I wasn't saying I don't think it's done, but like, if they're already working on it.
You guys, what would be cool? What? Obviously, it's still like relatively close. Like an Odd Future movie.
Ooh.
That would be cool. That with Avery, and that's a hot take because
so interesting.
They're all so interesting, and they're all
I wonder how would that end. That's what I'm like.
Obviously the story's not over, but like
it's not over, but they're all in such different parts of their lives.
All became so successful.
It's so interesting because Tyler is like on such a different wave than like Earl, who's like they're all in such a
the most elusive star.
3 other ones now. Name 3 other ones.
And think about how many people came from the internet, came from there, all that. Frank Ocean, you could even like connect to that. Like, that's really interesting, especially for our generation too.
Frank Ocean is gonna start submitting his stuff to the Grammys again because of the rule that they did. Like they're getting rid of the committee.
He has to release music first. I think
he has to release music. That's all I was gonna say.
Step one.
It is true.
It's hard for me to believe he won't, but it's hard for me to believe.
Okay, so I guess if our dreams come true, we'll get a Frank Ocean doc.
It'll be 5 minutes long.
Doc. Something else.
Frank.
I am Frank.
That'd be the name. Is that the name?
Give out the details of what happened in between each album.
Is that the name?
Trademark it now.
Hey, I'm Frank. That's really the name of the documentary. Seriously, I would not be surprised if that's the name of the documentary. But yeah. So great conversation, guys. I love that. That was fun.
I like that. But that was unique. We don't. I like how we got to find a way to combine 2 of our interests, movies and music here. Yeah, this is a fun one. Let's go to Billboard highlights. I thought this week, since the chart hadn't changed entirely that much, Rap Star still #1 for a second week. Though as Noah flagged, Young Thug, his album is #1 in the country right now. And
Slime Language too.
Not Young Thug, but the label, the group.
Young Stoner Life.
But the more interesting for me is the Billboard Music Awards came out with its nominees, which they call finalists, but they're nominees. The funny thing about Billboard, actually, Avery, scroll up for a second. Let me see if they say it in here. Okay, so they don't show. The way that like they do this, it's based on charting. Like, so that's why I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Wow. Even though Morgan Wallen is a finalist 6 times across 5 categories, because he was caught saying the N-word, he won't be appearing in the ceremony. And the statement is Morgan Wallen is not a finalist this year is a finalist based on charting, which is how they figure it out. But his recent conduct does not align with our core values. We won't be including him on this show in any capacity, performing, presenting, or accepting. So they said no matter what.
Why did they lowercase Dick Clark production? Should this be capitalized?
Yeah, the intern wrote this. That's why.
What is
the intern?
Come on, do better. Do better.
Come on.
But anyway, back to this. So I know the finalists are here based on charts. I don't know if that's how they pick a winner, but it is based on charts. So the Weeknd, as such, swept 16 nominations. For top artists, Drake, Juice WRLD, Pop Smoke, Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd. I'm gonna say off charts alone, it's narrowed to Pop Smoke, Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd because Drake just had Dark Lane demo tapes. Well, his singles too, but I mean. Ooh, singles though.
Okay, if we're doing top artists, why wasn't I know they have top females, top artists. I wonder why Dua Lipa or something like that. I don't know.
Dua Lipa doesn't actually sell that well, like album wise.
Wait, what about Lil Baby? He was up there forever.
Lil Baby's album didn't come out
early? Maybe that was included last year. It's all weird with the timing. I don't know how it works. So yeah, interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Well, actually, no. Well, Lil Baby's in top male artist. Some may be wrong, but top artist is the most. Period. And I think Drake maybe they're just off his singles alone.
He's Drake.
But I've always been intrigued by Billboard Music Awards because if it's based off charts, we can all guess who wins. Like top artist will be Taylor Swift or The Weeknd. It'll be one of those two. Top male artist is going to be The Weeknd, like we know. Now top new artist, I don't know.
New artist would be like Jack Harlow because of What's Poppin', right?
Well, or Pop Smoke's album is still in the top 5 as we speak, and has a single still in the top 10 as we speak.
And a posthumous award, so yeah.
Top people artist, that's probably going to be Taylor Swift. Like, we could guess all these.
And look at this, top Billboard 200.
Why isn't The Weeknd on the top? Wait, pause. Why is Drake on top Billboard 200 but not The Weeknd? What did Drake come out with? That's top Billboard album.
Demo tapes.
But I'm confused because that didn't come out. That didn't come up that much later than that came out a little bit later than like
a month or two later.
Yeah, from Blinding Lights. So that's why I'm confused. I don't know the timing of this.
Why would what? Why would? Yeah, that is weird.
But he's included in top 100 Hot 100 artists. I'm confused.
Yeah, because that's Blinding Lights. But I thought After Hours that was a behemoth enough of an album to do that. But streaming songs, that may be Da Baby or Lil Baby.
So if these awards are given out based on actual numbers, is Morgan Wallen's going to win something?
Well, I don't think they're going to win it.
Well, they disqualified him.
Yeah, they disqualified him.
I think so. I think as far at least what that statement says, the nominees are strictly charts based. I'm theorizing that the winner is charts based. And I'm sure if we wanted to Google that, there may be more info on that. But I'm assuming that plays a huge part in it. Because it's not fan voting, and I would hate to find out they have secret committees too. But I think they're straight up saying they're going to disqualify Morgan Wallen regardless.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, look, you're 21 Pilots top rock artist.
Why? They didn't come out with anything last year.
And Machine Gun Kelly.
Songs can be enough to do it. Hold on.
Wait, 21 Pilots didn't come out with anything last year though.
Yeah, I'm interested. But
I'm just mad that Drake, I'm not mad that Drake is good for it, but why is Drake
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm really confused on we need more transparency. Speaking of transparency, from the Billboard.
I'm sure you can find it.
Yeah, we can find it. I just want to find out what's the how do they pick which songs qualify, which albums qualify?
Yeah, the Billboard Music Award finalist. Sorry.
Go ahead. You find it? I'm just really interested in how they figure it out. The finalists are based on album and digital song sales, streaming, radio airplay, touring, and social engagement. These measurements are tracked year-round by Billboard and its data partners, including Nielsen. So, but what's the time frame from it? Is it between January 2020 to December?
So I think it's April to March. So this is coming out in April. So I think it's typically it'll have been from maybe end of April of last year to end of March of this year or something.
I don't know, but yeah, okay. You want to make some predictions based on the big three, top artists, top new artists, top male and female artists?
I think The Weeknd's gonna win top artist.
I agree. Avery, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, top new artist
or Taylor Swift, but I'm really hoping The Weeknd.
I think The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd.
I think top new artists may actually go to pop. I'm gonna say Pop Smoke may win.
I'm gonna do Pop Smoke,
but he can four.
I'm gonna say Pop Smoke because although Jack Harlow had a huge song, which is a huge song, and What's Poppin', Pop Smoke has been on the charts. His album has been on the charts, still on the charts now,
forever.
So that's what I'm gonna go with. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't think I wasn't saying we had to do both, Aves.
I know. I was just looking. It's at number 10 right now. It's been there.
Yeah, number 10. So yeah.
Oh.
Top male artist. Who do you think that's going to? Weekend, of course.
Weekend.
Yeah. And Taylor Swift probably for top female artist. Yeah, so it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
Or Ariana maybe. But it's
because she's on top.
Taylor Swift has had 3 #1 albums in the. Oh, y'all, actually, Taylor Swift's winning top artist. She's had 3 #1 albums in the last year. That's gonna do it. But The Weeknd's gonna win top male. I think.
We'll see. It's definitely between
and
those
top
two.
Hot 100.
We'll definitely see. So we'll see. Project of the week.
To the week.
Nnamdi Ogwumwu.
Why do I always go first?
Because your name's first. You're the top. You're number 1.
That's what you always. That's what you always wanted.
So it's always what you wanted. Go ahead, buddy.
So there's actually a couple of albums in contention this week, which is different because most of the times I like forget and have to grab something. But I decided to go with the album I listen to the most, and that's just Savage Mode 2. I'm quickly realizing that I don't like this album. I've said it's one of my favorite rap albums last year. This may be one of my favorite rap albums, period. It may not be in that group for me because I listen to it still pretty often. It's one of my go-to albums.
Does it get a lot of plays at the gym?
It gets a lot. It's a lot of plays at the gym. A lot of plays at the gym, and just honestly, sometimes when I just want when I'm in that mood, I just lock in my lap. No. You know what I mean? It just sometimes it just fits. It just combines everything I love about music, man. The production's great, the lyricism's great, and then he also gives me the storytelling of Morgan Freeman narration. I want y'all to listen to Snitches and Rats interlude narrated.
I've heard the album, Nnamdi. I've heard the album, bro.
I know, but let's listen to it again. Really sit with that interlude, and it's the difference between a snitch and a rat. And maybe be wow, 21 Savage, despite his past, is advocating for people doing what they have to do to protect their family, But a rat's a rat, though, according to him. But anyway, I'm gonna put some songs.
He came out with the new song too, by the way. Yeah, he came out with a new song. He came out with a new song this week too.
He did.
Oh yeah, that is.
He did.
The Saw movie.
He did that.
He did. Yeah. So mine is Maxo Cream, Lil Big Man.
Not Maxo Cream.
Not Maxo. Did I say Maxo Cream?
Yeah.
It's just Maxo. Sorry, Maxo. It's just Maxo. He's an artist from LA who's actually signed to Def Jam. Signed to Def Jam. But y'all know me, Lo-Fi King, bro. You already know what the fuck's going on. Lo-Fi King. You already know what the heck going on, bro.
This cover is Lo-Fi, so I believe you.
Yeah, it's lo-fi, but he's an LA artist. Really just a really personal album, honestly. Actually, I think it's something, it's not like Earl. He actually stays in the pocket of the song in a different way, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. 10 tracks, 30 minutes, really good project. Really personal album that I have that I really enjoy listening. I've been listening to it while I've been working, walking, gym, lifting weights. Good music. I had fun. Yeah.
Mr. Dalal.
Mine is the Stranger by Billy Joel, the God Billy Joel. I was listening to it this week. This is an album that every artist dreams of putting out. It has 9 songs on it, and 6 of them are 6 of his biggest songs ever. 6 of them are 6 of his most popular songs that you guys have probably heard too, Moving Out or Just the Way You Are.
So this one, everything aligned for him. All the stars aligned.
Yeah, and obviously,
was Bruno Mars a sample?
No, this is a different Just the Way You Are.
Oh, of course. No, you have the classic.
No. My parents' engagement wedding song. I don't know. My mom will listen. She'll correct me. But no, this album's incredible.
We know you're listening, Avery's mom.
Thank you for always supporting.
We appreciate that. We very much appreciate that.
And she put me on to Billy Joel, obviously. Very young. But no, Billy Joel's career is obviously very long. He has tons and tons of hits, and 6 of his biggest ones are off of this album. So I thought that was very cool. And it's a great album. So look forward to that.
So look forward to the playlist because you're gonna have a nice little variety here. Some trap, some lo-fi, and some Billy Joel.
Hold on. I know we could talk about this later. Should we add should we do one for the musicals and all the music from those movies, and then do one for the music?
No, this is a long episode already.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it.
A part of the week, playlist for the music. Oh, you mean it's on? Add them to the playlist?
Yeah, maybe. Or just add them to the playlist.
We're gonna have those songs on the playlist for sure.
Okay.
It's gonna be an eclectic playlist.
That's
what
we
do.
do.
The Miley Cyrus's house of playlists.
It really is.
Exactly. That. Oh, I see what you did there. See what you did there. So yeah.
But I mean, okay, listeners, thank you for following us, rocking with us for this hour and 15 minutes. I think what this conversation was. Be on the lookout for this disjointed Miley Cyrus eclectic-ish, vibrant playlist that we're gonna put out in a couple of days. And yeah, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at the 97 Demo, and we will see you next week.